Hi, my name is Teresa.
My name is Yvonne.
I'm Daisy.
And I'm Alexander.
So for our company, it's called Goliath Emporium, which was established in 2015. We have several locations throughout Canada, and we're extending our franchise into the United States. We are a multinational retail corporation which operates a chain of discount, department, and grocery stores.
Goliath Emporium is opening a retail superstore in the United States. The staffing attitude of the internationalizing firm is ethnocentric, in that the company favors hiring parent country nationals. Since the parent country national will be overseeing staffing and overall operations, it would be best to transfer an existing staff member for international activities if possible. An experienced employee will have already gone basic training at minimum, and they're familiar with common corporate values and can transfer knowledge to the international firm subsidiary. Hiring internally is advantageous as it reduces selection risk, and it helps to secure present and past human capital investments. Recruitment will require a job description and requirements so that the chosen candidate or the candidate can decide if the opportunity is viable for themselves and for their family situation. The job posting will likely be an internal post and will include some of these descriptions. International management position, overseeing staffing and overall operations in the United States. This will be a short-term assignment, so it will be up to 12 months. Training and skills in managerial control and development are essential. Experience and high-level competence of skills transfer and problem solving are also essential. The family will not be accompanying the chosen candidate to the subsidiary country, so that's something that the candidate should keep in mind. And the international travel and work experience is also an asset. Next are the concerns for the international business manager, which include home and family issues. So this will be regarding the time spent away from the family. Work arrangements, which are the daily work schedule. Travel logistics, which will include travel details and requirements. Health concerns, which will include health history, risks, and also health benefits. And finally, host culture issues, which will include international subsidiary work culture and operations. Thank you.
Training on the goals and expectations for the expatriate worker is very important. Moving to a new place, especially to a new country, may be stressful. Our training will help the individuals to manage stress, being homesick, having cultural shock, as well as new social demeanors. If the family is permitted, we will also help the family of the expatriate to cope with the move. Because Canada and the United States are very familiar with culture, we would need less training in that. We would help the expatriate and the family to adjust to their new home, including social issues, schooling, housing, and medical services. We would also plan for a repatriation training, which would consist of clear understanding of goals before leaving, job guarantee upon return, counseling, and overall benefit of international assignment, which help develop the person's understanding of the business, management style, and other business-related development. These training courses are designed to respond to the needs of international assignees by providing information and advice on the aspects of living and working in the USA, as well as allowing the expatriate and or family members to understanding the element that shape U.S. American culture inside and outside the workplace.
The expatriate assignment will be for 1 year. They will be overseeing the staffing and operation of our new location. They will also be compensated using the balance sheet approach, which allows them to maintain their standard of living and cost of living in Canada while in the United States. The transition to this host country would be smoother as the culture is similar to ours. This should reduce the risk of early termination due to adaptation and cultural differences. Since the United States has a higher cost of living than Canada, in accordance with the balance sheet approach, we will cover all excess costs incurred during the assignment. This includes income taxes, goods, and housing services. Also, all of the relocation costs and moving to the States will be covered under their plan. In regards to taxation, we will use a tax equalization approach, which allows the assignee to withhold their taxes in the host country, as they will be paid by us on their behalf in both the host and parent country. Each assignee will receive the same compensation package with a hardship premium of 10% of their annual base salaries as an extra incentive. Their premium may be used to aid the spouses or families should they experience any adversities during the term. Considering the length of the assignment, there wouldn't be a need for the family of the expatriate to relocate as well, so the compensation will not include allowances for education or spousal reimbursement, which is why we have provided them with the hardship premium and permitted a 1-week home leave during the term to reconnect with family and friends. The cost of living allowance provided to our expatriates will be 30% each to offset any apprehension of transferring to another country. Included in their benefits are medical and dental in case a need arises, since healthcare in the United States is expensive. The team will be relocated to Washington, D.C. in the States, where there is a greater amount of safety and risk concerns in relation to Toronto. The cost of living in Washington is about 34% greater than in Toronto, and the crime rate is about double. So to reassure their safety, funds will be allocated to renting a car for the team to use during their assignment to reduce the risk of any harm.
The application process requires an L1 visa. The expatriate, the employer, and the employee will have to complete an L1 visa, which is a non-immigrant visa. And the reason for this visa being the chosen visa is because the visa allows a company that is Canadian, that is not yet affiliated in the US, to send a manager over in order to set up a business proposition. So in order for an employee to get granted an L1 visa, the employer must demonstrate 3 things. The employer must demonstrate proof that they have a location, a premise for the business. They must have proof that the employee being transferred has actually been in a managerial experience role for 1 to 3 years. Also, they must show a commitment that they will actually fill in the position of the management role to a U.S. citizen, some sort of proof that the transferee will actually recruit while there as well. If the employer would like to actually prolong the stay in the United States, the employer can definitely do that and apply for an extension of the visa for up to 2 years. If permitted and spouse and family are allowed to attend the assignment eventually within the assignment, the spouse of the employer can apply for an L2 visa, and this visa will apply to the same length as the L1 visa. And if they have any children under the age of 21 that are unmarried, they are also able to attend with an L2 visa as well. Though there are no requirements for the spouse to apply for the L2 visa, as long as there's an L1 visa application that has been approved to go for the assignment. Spouse, including same-sex spouse from the employee who's on the assignment, would actually only have to apply for an employment authorization document, and this document, there are no applications or qualifications that are required. It just must be filled for purposes of the government, and usually the employment authorization document is issued within 90 days. The spouse is eligible to work anywhere in the United States as long as they have the L2 visa. There are a few requirements that the company must do in order to assist with the application process, and since this is a Canadian company trying to be affiliated in the United States, the organization itself must provide a lease of business location. They must also show evidence of initial investment, and audited reports must be provided as well in accordance to a business license. A valid passport must be obtained by the non-immigrant applicant, and this passport must be valid 6 months prior to the training and 6 months after the assignment has been completed. And in order for that, the non-immigrant visa application form must be provided as well with regards to the passport, and a valid photo ID must be provided as well.